They let XRP breathe. Okay, folks, let's all take a deep breath before we get into this one. I'm just going to come out and say this. This might be one of the most important videos I've ever made about XRP and understanding the price action in regards to XRP, Ripple, Brad, and the team, how they are managing this world reserve digital currency. I remain as bullish as ever. The fundamentals are so strong. And this document that I'm about to show you in this video, I think gives us incredible insight into when it is time, they are going to let this thing absolutely fly. So I'm going to try to make this video very, very quick, short, to the point. I did want to get a few data points in that just came in here earlier today. Let's take a look at the charts here to get started as well. You guys can see that Bitcoin did go up to 52,800, cooling back off below 52,000 right now. For Ethereum, up to 2,800. So the market has just been ripping. XRP did go up above 55 cents last night, cooling back off here at about 54 cents at the time of this recording. We get US retail sales data in today, absolutely terrible. US retail sales plunged 0.8% in January, the biggest monthly drop since the COVID lockdowns, even as retail prices continue to rise. Meanwhile, import and export prices both spiked 0.8%. This confirms the economy is cooling down just as inflation is heating up. This is stagflation from Peter Schiff. We continue to break this down, guys. Although this crypto market's ripping, when we look at fundamental data like this, retail sales falling off worst levels that we've seen in the past few years. This is why I still have some concern when I'm watching how these markets are moving right now. You know, what's interesting though is we're starting to see the big money, the institutions, what have they been doing? Stacking up on gold, stacking up on silver, and now we're seeing them even make plays on the miners. This is very interesting. Stanley Druckenmiller has dumped tech stocks and has bought gold miners. You are reading this right. Arguably one of the world's greatest investors. Central banks are stockpiling gold. Now, legendary investors are buying miners. And if you guys missed the interview, speaking of legendary investors, I just had a session with Rick Rule. You guys got to check out that one as well. And what I'm doing right now, I haven't bought any gold miners yet, but I'm looking at this sector. Gold, silver, copper is another one that I'm really interested in as well. And I'm looking at these because we see historically the ratio equities to commodities completely out of whack. And I think that we're about to see a correction back towards the commodities. And you're talking about mining companies like this as well. That's what I was doing up in Vancouver, was meeting with the CEOs and, you know, the heads of these companies. And then also, you know, getting to learn from legendary investor Rick Rule also helps as well. One of the best pickers when it comes to the commodity space. So it's not just me. It's not just us in our little crazy community. We have one of the best investors in the world right here, and they're taking a look at this sector as well. Before I get into this, the topic of discussion tonight, I do want to mention that you guys can get precious metals at my website, zachrector.com. We also have the link on down below for Link2 if you're looking to pick up Ripple or any other private equity offerings from Link2. You can save $500 towards your first investment. So all of our community resources, they're there for you guys. Take advantage of it while it lasts. Now, this is one more data point before we get to the topic of today's discussion. SEC Inspector General in final stages of investigation on crypto conflicts, referred by Empower Oversight. This is from Jason Foster, who is the founder of Empower Oversight. Now, what we're looking at right here, folks, is the fact that they are looking into the failures of the SEC's ethics office. Am I going to be holding my breath to wait for any of these guys, Bill Hinman and others, to be held accountable? Absolutely not. But the reason why I'm sharing this is to remind you guys to keep up this fight. So much bigger than XRP. This is about capital markets in the United States. We used to have the gold standard currency and the gold standard capital markets. Now we lead the world in corruption and fraud, and it makes me sick as an American. And there's a lot of people that have no backbone. They're little shills that stand for nothing, that don't want to talk about this. That's fine. Good luck. God bless. Let me know how your program works out when you get absolutely taken over by these tyrants, by these thugs and these criminals that stifle innovation in this country. This should concern every single American. This isn't about XRP. This isn't about crypto, but there's a lot of people that have exposed themselves as having no backbone, having no values, and standing for nothing. Oh, let's just talk about, XRPL developer stuff. We need to save our country too. You can talk about both, we can talk about both, but we have nothing to fight for if we don't save this country. Very important. Now, let's get into this. So, huge shout out to Cowboy Crypto, one of the best in our community at researching, one of the best sleuths, one of the good guys fighting the good fight. God bless him. He posted what I'm about to show you guys, and then his account was taken off on Twitter. I don't know if it's what I'm about to show you is the reason why he got kicked off. I don't know if it was something else. Maybe he posted too many pictures of those hogs down in Texas that he keeps on taking out. He's got a big ranch down there, I believe, and he kept on showing pictures of the hogs that he was taking out. Maybe that was what it was. I don't know. Nonetheless, Cowboy Crypto, one of the best in our space, in our community, God bless him, he shared this, then they took him out. I'm about to show you, and I'm going to let you guys decide for yourself, but this is incredible, folks. What you are looking at right here is from the case documents, SEC versus Ripple. I just tweeted this out. We'll see. Hopefully I don't get in trouble. What happens next time they let XRP breathe? And if you guys aren't already, make sure you guys go follow me on Twitter, and you guys can go take a look at this one for yourselves and share it out far and wide, and drop down in the comments down below. Let me know what you think we're looking at right here. I'm going to show you right now. This is the case document right here. You see it. Filed on June 18th, 2023. I went back and looked. There was no filings on 6/18/23 that I could find. There was a whole lot of exhibits and documents that were submitted around that time, but I have yet to been able to find the actual source document for this. But you can see this is from the case. When you put in that case number, the SEC versus Ripple case comes up. And what do we have right here? We have an email thread that is between somebody on Brad's team, it looks like, and GSR.io. Now, the subject is the 4T bot. Okay. Now, we got a message right here. Brad, in parallel, I would need his Skype and his assistants, whoever is doing the sending of XRP. So that is GSR responding to Brad and his team, or whoever is going to be sending the XRP, right? GSR is a market maker. I'll show you who they are in 1 second. They respond, let's just consolidate reporting and accounting and let XRP breathe. That's right, folks. Now we scroll down here. They say we need to stop the 6T bots for the same reason we stopped the 4T bots. So they're talking about the bots that they're using, right? To trade, to buy, to sell, to do the programmatic sales to exchanges. This is during December 17th, 2017. We get a response. The message was very well timed. Perfect. We are going to pause the bots and monitor until tomorrow. We haven't done any tactical in 2 days. Please advise if you are okay with this. Now, take a look at this next exhibit right here for you guys. This would be the XRP price chart on that exact date. You guys can see right here on the 18th of December, 2017. This was right when Bitcoin was finishing up the bull run. The crypto bull run of 2017 was being completed. XRP had already gone from about 19 cents all the way up to about 80 cents, cooled back off to 67. And it was at 67 cents on this day when they send out the order, let XRP breathe, and basically turn off the bots. Over the next 2 weeks, XRP absolutely melts faces, going all the way to $3.30 and beyond. Depending on what exchange you look at, it's well over $3 though, right? So they decide to let XRP breathe, chill out on the bots, doing the programmatic selling, doing the trading that they were conducting. Let it breathe. Well, they let it breathe all right. And over the next 2 weeks, you see what happened. All the way up over $3. Now, I know what the haters are going to say. I know what the fudsters are going to say. I know what many people who are invested in XRP are going to say. Wow, this is clear manipulation, right? This is an issue. This is them suppressing the price. Understand this. Ripple has the biggest incentive, along with Brad, along with Chris, along with everybody else that was on the team that got big bags of XRP. They have the biggest and the strongest incentive to see XRP go up in price. But They want to see XRP go up in price and be sustained, be stable, have fundamentals, have utility, have an ecosystem that's going to maintain a price. They are not here for a little pump up to $3. And they are using these market makers like GSR to conduct the programmatic sales, to conduct their offerings, right, and distributing of XRP in a way that has the least amount of impact on price. Because how do you approach institutions and banks, and you got a volatile asset that is going crazy in price, up and down, big swings, and if Ripple were to come sell, a billion XRP on the market and just dump the price, how can you pull up to your bank and institutional partners and get them to use this, get to come on board for on-demand liquidity or for Ripple payments if you're manipulating it in this way? Rather, what they're doing is they're looking to distribute XRP in a way that has the least amount of impact on price, up or down, right? They want to be able to distribute XRP with having little impact on price, and this effectively distributes XRP, getting it into the hands of institutions that are going to be using it for utility. And many of those sales are actually happening over the counter as well, which also won't have an impact on price. But the programmatic sales that they were doing at that time, right? Obviously, programmatic sales to exchanges, well, then retail has to come buy it. Institutions aren't really buying directly from the exchanges. They're going to OTC market makers like GSR and others, which is exactly what they are. I'll show you guys their website right here. This is GSR. Improving the accessibility and quality of crypto markets. 10 years of deep crypto market expertise as a market maker and active multi-stage investor. You look at their services: market making, DeFi, OTC trading, programmatic execution, and that's what Ripple was doing. So you see it right here. We're starting to be able to put this thing together. And while many people are going to see this video and be pissed off at Brad, be pissed off at Ripple, you have to understand, if this is what we're working with, when it's really time to let this thing fly, to let this thing roll, where do you think that we go from here? Based off the fact that the cryptocurrency space overall is much bigger, much larger. We have a lot more money that's looking to come in. We have a lot more money that's already came into this space, right? From market caps in the low hundreds of billions to now we're, over $1 trillion market cap. We went to 3 trillion last bull run. Even by many conservative estimates, we could go up to 5 trillion in this upcoming bull run. Over the coming decades, we're talking about 10 trillion plus. When we look at the markets and the problems that we're trying to solve, we're talking about hundreds of trillions, quadrillions. And when we see what Brad and the team at Ripple have been doing, I think that it is effectively managing the treasury of this world reserve digital currency. We see that obviously they still have big control. And obviously, if they were to just offload, they could negatively impact price. They don't have any incentive to do that. They have never done that in the past. And I would expect that they have no plans on doing that into the future. When it is time to let this thing breathe, when it is time to let this thing go, you can see what happened in the past. This was in 2017, when the market was still very small. Now here we are in 2024. And when it's time to let XRP breathe this time around, you guys let me know in the comments down below where we go from here. Nonetheless, I thought this was very interesting. We're still finding new documents here from the court case. And obviously, the SEC did fight to get the financial statements of 2022 and 2023. They also got the ODL contracts to institutions after the lawsuit was filed. So the SEC is getting even more information. We'll see if any of that trickles out. It's going to be heavily redacted, I would imagine, even if it does. But we're doing everything that we can to piece this thing together. And for me, the fundamentals only continue to grow from here. So I'm going to wrap up this video. You guys let me know in the comments what you guys think, and I will see you in the next one. Take care and God bless. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.